Hey you all, it's a talk time. If you are a bio student, then you must have read the first chapter of 11th Standard Biology textbook, that is, The Living World. Its first paragraph is like this. It clearly states two kinds of questions, one a technical, that is, what living is, and the other a philosophical one, that is, what the purpose of life is. Relax, I'm not intending to teach you the chapter, neither I'm going to give a motivational speech. Instead, I'm going to use my knowledge of biology to practically express out my own opinions to the questions that my textbook completely ignored. What the purpose of life is. So, scientifically, the first and foremost reason that comes to our minds is reproduction. It may sound cringe, but that's true. Continuation of species is the only purpose of living organisms. But hey, wait, I'm talking about organisms that include birds, insects, animals, and humans too. So, in that context, reproduction is just a generalization, but specifically stressing on Homo sapiens or humans, the purpose is slightly different and more complex. And that's obvious, because we humans are ourselves masters in complexity. Our brains are most developed, possessing a special ability of self-consciousness. But the fundamental idea would still be applicable on humans too. That is, the continuation of species is the ultimate purpose. Now, for humans, it would be modified. As to fulfill the purpose, you don't necessarily need to reproduce. One just need to contribute to the current situation for the better survival of our species in the near future. And that's how employment works. We have teachers, doctors, cleaners, judiciary, laws, rules, and regulations so as to ensure that we are living in a better way. Cause if our present lives are optimum, then obviously next generation would be better in survival. And that's how the probability of extinction of our species would decrease. So now it's clear that ability to reproduce itself is not the only way for the continuation of species. If it was so, then dinosaurs would have never vanished. Just apply the concept to humans. If we reproduce without any limits, then all our resources like water, coal, food, etc. would get finished soon. Not just this, there would be no space left to live, and it would create a huge competition between humans for survival. Soon, a species would get extinct due to this intra-specific competition. So, the key is to contribute to the present existence of the human world in a sustainable manner. For example, take a case of a person A who don't do any work, just passes his time and consumes resources. In this case, his existence is not beneficial to the world. In other words, he is just putting a burden on this world. Now, take another example of person B. Let's consider a housewife. She might not be officially employed, but is still contributing a lot. She works so as to support her husband in his job. Let's say her husband is a farmer. Now, that farmer works to grow vegetables. Those vegetables are brought by a shopkeeper. The shopkeeper manufactures spices using the vegetables. Now, he sells these spices to a teacher. The teacher uses those spices in her daily food. Now, the teacher goes to the school and teaches her students. One of her students becomes a doctor. The doctor now treats the prime ministers and the government. And now, the government officials launches the scheme for the betterment of the farmers. This forms a big web. Each one of us are influenced directly or indirectly by the work of some other person existing in this universe that we don't even know. And that's how human world is working, like a coordinated machinery with one broad objective: survival. If it was not so, then the human species would have vanished due to the coronavirus outbreak. But luckily, that's not the case. And that's why humans are so unique. So eventually, all you need to know is to fulfill the purpose of your life, stand up, grab some coffee, and start some work.